An invisible world awakens when our eyes close, a realm not of dreams but of profound reality, where the essence of who we are, our very soul, embarks on its most significant journeys. We've been led to believe that sleep is merely a biological function, a simple reset for the body and mind. But what if it's something infinitely more? What if, in those hours of stillness, your soul is accessing a dimension of existence that holds the keys to your past, your future, and your ultimate purpose? The celebrated mystic Edgar Cayce, often called the sleeping prophet, penetrated these hidden landscapes of the night. He brought back detailed accounts of what the soul experiences when freed from the physical body, a vision so profound, so transformative, that it challenges the very foundations of our waking reality. This isn't about interpreting fleeting dream symbols. This is about understanding the sacred and often forbidden knowledge that your soul engages with every single night. We are about to pull back the curtain on this nocturnal theater of the spirit, revealing the landscapes your soul travels and the truths it rediscovers while you are peacefully asleep. The insights we are about to explore have the power to reshape your understanding of life, death, and the journey in between. If you feel a resonance with this quest for deeper knowledge and wish to continue exploring the mysteries of the soul, take a moment now to show your support. Please press the like button and subscribe to our channel. It's a simple act that helps us bring more of this vital wisdom to light for those who are seeking it. To truly grasp the magnitude of what Edgar Cayce revealed, we must first adjust our perception of sleep itself. It is not an absence of activity, but a transition of consciousness. Think of your physical body as a vehicle. During your waking hours, your soul, the driver, is fully engaged with navigating the dense traffic of the material world, its demands, its pleasures, its challenges. But when you sleep, the driver steps out of the car. The soul is temporarily liberated from the heavy machinery of the physical senses and the conscious analytical mind. According to Cayce, this nightly release is not just a rest, it is a vital, intentional return to our native state, our spiritual home. It's a pilgrimage. During this sacred time, the soul is free to travel in realms unbound by time and space. This is not a metaphor. Cayce's readings consistently described a process where the spiritual body, often called the astral body, separates from the physical form. This ethereal self is connected to the physical self by a silver cord, an energetic tether that ensures a safe return. Once freed, the soul's perception expands exponentially. It is no longer limited to what the eyes can see or the ears can hear. It perceives reality through a direct knowing, a spiritual telepathy that transcends language. This journey is not random. It is guided by the deepest intentions and unresolved issues held within our subconscious. For those of us who have lived many years, our subconscious is a rich and complex tapestry, woven with the threads of countless experiences, relationships, and lessons. Every joy, every sorrow, every question we've carried in our hearts becomes a potential destination for the soul's nightly travels. It is in these non-physical realms that the soul seeks alignment, healing, and a renewed sense of its divine purpose. This is why a particular problem that seemed insurmountable in the evening can sometimes feel resolved or less daunting upon waking. It's not just that the mind is rested, it's that the soul has been at work, consulting higher sources of wisdom and realigning your energetic being with a solution. Cayce emphasized that we are multidimensional beings, and sleep is the bridge between our earthly dimension and the vaster spiritual dimensions that are our true origin. Understanding this allows us to approach sleep not with a passive desire for rest, but with an active intention for spiritual growth and discovery, transforming it from a simple biological necessity into a sacred nightly practice. One of the most profound destinations for the soul, as described in Edgar Cayce's readings, is the realm of the Akashic Records. This is not a physical place but a vibrational library, an energetic field that contains the complete record of every soul's journey throughout all its lifetimes. Imagine a cosmic database that holds every thought, every deed, every emotion, and every experience of your entire existence, from your first incarnation to your present moment. This is Akasha. When your soul travels during sleep, it often seeks out this hall of records, not out of idle curiosity, but with a deep-seated need for understanding and resolution. For those in the later chapters of their lives, this journey can be particularly meaningful. It is an opportunity to look back upon the mosaic of one's life from a higher perspective, beyond the lens of ego or regret. In the state of sleep, your soul can access the records of your current life, reviewing pivotal moments and relationships. It might revisit a childhood event to understand how it shaped a core belief, or re-experience a past relationship from the other person's perspective to foster forgiveness and release old wounds. This is not like watching a movie. It is an immersive, energetic reliving that brings profound clarity. The soul sees the intricate web of cause and effect, understanding why certain challenges were necessary for its growth and how every person who entered its life played a crucial role in its curriculum. This process allows for an incredible level of self-forgiveness and compassion. The judgments we hold against ourselves and others dissolve when we see the larger spiritual tapestry and the lessons all souls agreed to learn together. Furthermore, the soul's access is not limited to the current life. Cayce's work is built upon the concept of reincarnation, the idea that our soul lives many lives to gather experience and evolve towards oneness with the divine. During sleep, the soul can tap into the records of its past incarnations. A persistent, unexplained fear might be traced back to a traumatic event in a previous life. A deep, inexplicable connection to a particular place or culture could be understood as a memory of a life once lived there. For an older individual, this can be incredibly validating. Lifelong passions, innate talents, and even chronic health issues can suddenly make sense when viewed through the multi-life perspective offered by the Akashic Records. It is a process of soul-level accounting, where we integrate the wisdom of our entire journey, recognize recurring patterns, and prepare for the next stage of our evolution, both in this life and beyond. By accessing these records, the soul doesn't just review the past, it recalibrates the present, healing ancient wounds and clarifying the remaining purpose of its current earthly sojourn. Beyond the halls of cosmic memory, the sleeping soul ventures into realms of direct communion and learning. Cayce often spoke of different planes or dimensions of existence, each with its own vibrational frequency. After detaching from the physical body, the soul is drawn to the plane that resonates most closely with its current state of consciousness and its most pressing needs for growth. It is here that one of the most comforting and transformative experiences can occur, reuniting with loved ones who have passed from the physical world. These are not mere dreams or wishful thinking. According to Cayce, they are genuine soul-to-soul encounters. When we are awake, our grief and the density of the material world can act as a veil, making it difficult to perceive the subtle presence of those in spirit. But in the freedom of sleep, the soul can easily traverse this veil. These meetings in the spirit world are opportunities for continued relationship and healing. Unfinished conversations can be completed. Forgiveness can be sought and granted. The soul of the departed loved one, now existing from a higher vantage point, can offer guidance, reassurance, and profound love, free from the limitations and misunderstandings of their earthly personality. For someone who has lived a long life and experienced the passing of parents, spouses, siblings, and friends, this aspect of the soul's journey is an immeasurable gift. It transforms grief into a continuing bond, affirming that relationships do not end with physical death, they simply change form. In addition to these personal reunions, the soul also engages in a form of celestial schooling. There are great temples of wisdom and healing on the inner planes, places where souls gather to learn from master teachers and angelic guides. Here, the soul can receive direct instruction on the spiritual laws of the universe. It can be taught how to work with creative forces, how to overcome a particular character flaw, or how to better fulfill its life's purpose upon returning to the body. This is a personalized education tailored to the soul's specific curriculum. For example, a soul struggling with impatience in waking life might attend a class on the inner planes focused on the spiritual virtue of divine timing. An individual facing a health challenge might be taken to a temple of healing, where their spiritual body is cleansed and revitalized by light and sound, an energetic treatment that then filters down to the physical body, aiding its natural healing processes. This is why Cayce so often prescribed prayer, meditation, and setting a specific intention before sleep. By doing so, we are consciously directing our soul toward these higher institutions of learning and healing, making our sleep not just a period of rest, but an active and intentional session of spiritual development and rejuvenation. A crucial aspect of the soul's nocturnal work, as illuminated by Edgar Cayce, is the process of physical and emotional healing. We often think of healing as something that happens to the body, through medicine or therapy. Cayce's perspective was much more holistic. He saw the physical body as a reflection, a shadow of the energetic and spiritual bodies. Illness and disharmony, therefore, often have their roots in these subtler realms, in unresolved emotional conflicts, negative thought patterns, or karmic imbalances from past lives. Sleep provides the prime opportunity for the soul to address these root causes, working on the energetic blueprint from which physical health or illness manifests. When the conscious mind is quiet, the soul, in collaboration with our higher self and spiritual guides, can perform a kind of spiritual surgery. It can work to clear blockages in the body's energy centers, known as chakras. It can mend tears or weaknesses in the etheric body, the layer of our energy field closest to the physical. This is deep, foundational healing. For instance, Cayce's readings often detailed how resentment or a lack of forgiveness could create energetic toxins that would eventually contribute to physical ailments like arthritis or digestive issues. During sleep, the soul can be shown the source of this resentment from a higher perspective, facilitating an emotional release that the conscious mind was resisting. This release at the soul level then allows healing energies to flow more freely, supporting the body's own recovery efforts. This process is also deeply connected to our dreams. While many dreams are symbolic representations of our daily anxieties, some are direct communications from the soul about our health. A recurring dream of a house with a faulty foundation might be the soul's way of pointing to an issue in the lower part of the body. A dream of murky water could be an indication of emotional toxicity that needs to be cleansed. Cayce taught that by paying attention to our dreams and asking our soul for guidance before we sleep, we can become active participants in our own healing. This is especially empowering for older individuals who may be dealing with chronic conditions. It shifts the perspective from being a passive recipient of age-related decline to being an active co-creator of one's well-being. By setting a clear intention before sleep, such as, "Tonight, I ask my soul and my guides to work on healing my body and to show me what I need to know," we give our spiritual self explicit permission to undertake this sacred work. We are, in essence, making a nightly appointment with our divine healing team. The rest we get is not just physical, it is a deep, cellular, and spiritual restoration orchestrated by the infinite wisdom of our own soul. Perhaps one of the most awe-inspiring journeys the soul undertakes, according to Edgar Cayce, is its travel through the cosmos, visiting other planets and star systems, not in a physical spaceship, but as a being of pure consciousness. This concept pushes the boundaries of our conventional understanding, yet it was a consistent theme in his readings. Cayce explained that our souls are not exclusively tied to planet Earth. We are cosmic citizens, and our solar system is like a grand university, with each planet representing a different dimension of consciousness, a different set of lessons that the soul needs to master on its path to completion. During our sleep, the soul can return to these planetary realms to integrate and reinforce these lessons. For example, a journey to the Venusian consciousness might be for the purpose of learning a deeper, more unconditional form of love. A trip to the Jupiterian realm might be to expand one's sense of abundance and wisdom. These are not physical visits to the planets we see through telescopes. They are attunements to the spiritual frequency and consciousness that each celestial body embodies. Cayce suggested that in between earthly incarnations, our soul resides in these different planetary consciousnesses to process the lessons of the past life and prepare for the next. The nightly sojourns during sleep are like booster sessions, helping us to remember and apply these higher qualities in our daily earthly life. For someone in their later years, this perspective offers a magnificent sense of scale and purpose. It suggests that our life on Earth is but one act in a vast cosmic drama. The challenges we face, the wisdom we gain, it all contributes to our soul's evolution across a galactic stage. This can bring a profound sense of peace and detachment from the smaller dramas of earthly existence. Understanding that our soul may be working on mastering the lessons of Saturn, those related to discipline, structure, and spiritual responsibility, can bring a new meaning to the limitations and responsibilities that often come with age. They are not seen as burdens, but as part of a sacred curriculum. This knowledge transforms our place in the universe. We are not just aging bodies on a small planet. We are eternal souls engaged in a magnificent cosmic education. Our nightly sleep becomes a form of interstellar travel, a journey home to the stars, to be reminded of our divine nature and the grand, beautiful pattern of which we are an inseparable part. It's a reminder that our spirit is limitless, even when the physical body feels constrained, and that our nightly adventures are preparing us for the ultimate journey back to the source of all that is. Given these extraordinary nocturnal activities of the soul, the question naturally arises: how can we become more conscious participants in this process? How can we remember these journeys and integrate their wisdom into our waking lives? Edgar Cayce provided clear and practical guidance on this very subject. The key, he stressed, lies in our intention and our attunement before we enter the sleep state. The transition into sleep is a sacred threshold, and how we cross it determines the quality and purpose of our soul's journey. The first step is to create a conducive environment, both externally and internally. This means winding down before bed, disengaging from the stimulating and often stressful inputs of the world, such as news or intense conversations. Instead, one might engage in quiet reading of inspirational texts, listening to calming music, or simply sitting in silent contemplation. This helps to quiet the static of the conscious mind, making it easier for the soul's subtle whispers to be heard. Internally, it involves a process of release. This can be a simple prayer of forgiveness, releasing any resentments or anxieties from the day. Holding on to negative emotions lowers our vibration and can tether the soul to lower astral realms, leading to restless sleep and confusing dreams. By consciously releasing these burdens, we lighten our energetic load, allowing the soul to ascend to higher, more constructive realms. The second and most crucial step is setting a clear, positive intention. This is the act of giving your soul its travel orders for the night. This intention can be spoken aloud or held firmly in the mind. It could be a request for healing for a specific physical ailment, a plea for clarity on a difficult life decision, or a desire to connect with a specific loved one in spirit. A powerful intention for anyone, particularly in later life, might be: as I sleep tonight, I ask to be taken to the school of wisdom. I ask to understand the deeper purpose of my life's experiences and to be filled with peace and grace. This focused intent acts as a powerful magnet, directing the soul's journey towards a specific beneficial outcome. Upon waking, the practice continues. Cayce advised keeping a journal by the bedside. Before even getting out of bed, while the veil between the worlds is still thin, one should try to recall any impressions, feelings, or dream fragments. It's important not to dismiss anything as nonsensical. The language of the soul is often symbolic. A feeling of profound peace upon waking is just as significant as a detailed dream narrative. Writing it down anchors the experience in the physical world and, over time, trains the subconscious mind to remember more. By consistently practicing this sacred art of preparing for and recalling our soul's travels, we begin to build a conscious bridge between our waking self and our all-wise, eternal soul. We transform sleep from a passive state of unconsciousness into an active nightly pilgrimage for wisdom, healing, and a direct experience of our divine nature. This practice turns the final chapters of life not into a time of winding down, but a time of profound spiritual awakening and integration.